Handling any disruptive behavior or misbehaving students can be quite challenging to any teacher. But from experience in the research I've done, there are some good strategies and tricks that you can apply in your classroom so as to handle this situation professionally. My name is Nabahilu, and this is English for Africa channel. Today, I'm going to share with you the language of disciplining. Welcome back, guys, again, fellow teachers. Today we are going to talk about the language of disciplining, and it's going to be classroom management strategies and tricks to help especially underconfident teachers. So we have an objective in this lesson, that is saving your profession, because disruptive classroom even poses a challenge to any experienced teacher. So by watching this video until the end, you will have one step ahead. So this our today's session will have four sections. The first section is going to be about top 4 practical strategies and the useful expression. Second point or section, we're going to talk about 5 important methods to manage disruptive students, and thirdly, it's about 3 important classroom management situations, what we are going to do and how I'm going to discuss, and lastly, top 4 tricks. You need to have better classroom management communication, and I'm going to tell how you do that. So let's get started. Here we are going to, in the first section, we are going to discuss about top 4 strategies with practical example and useful expressions. Strategy 1, turn negatives into positives. How? Try to use try to use positive comments where possible and tell what they should do, not what they shouldn't do. For instance, you should be listening instead of saying, don't talk. Strategy 2, teach good behavior. Find the examples of good behavior. Identify what counts as good behavior and how you want your class to behave. For instance, Fana, thank you for looking at me and listening, instead of saying, hey, look at me and listen, which is aggressive. Strategy 3, praise good, not bad. That means you need to give praise to the students who are doing the right thing, not talk about students doing the wrong thing. For example, Aaron, you are really trying hard and helping your classmates. Well done. Instead of saying, Testify, you're lazy. Strategy 4, use behavior management methods. So have positive rewards for good behavior, but sometimes it may go beyond that, so you need to have few punishments for bad behavior. To do that, you need to use easy behavior management ideas, but don't forget to change them regularly. Don't stick to one method. So let us see the 5 important methods to control misbehaving or disruptive students. These are the 5 ones. Method 1, either or. Method 2, when and then. Method 3, I like it. Method 4, making students responsible for their behavior. Method 5, using names. What I can say here is, referring names is not good or it's not professional. But if the situation goes beyond that or beyond normal, you may use names or you may refer names for unacceptable behavior. But it has to be done professionally. That means with a little massage or with respect and genuine communication. Let's see them one by one. The first method, either or. First, let us see the formula. This is the formula. First, after the expression, the word, you use this expression, what you want or the positive behavior, and then the consequence or the punishment. Let me give you an example. Either you come down and listen, or you'll need to stay 5 minutes after class has finished. Either you finish your work or you must do it for homework. So this is how it can be done. Strategy 2, method 2, when and then. The formula, after when, use these expressions about what they are doing, the right thing or the behavior you want, and then what will happen, or offer them a positive reward. Let's see this with example. When you are sitting quietly, then we can start our class. When you have finished, then you can have free time to draw a picture, to have a break, you can say. Method 3, I like it. The formula, I like it when you add an expression with about just you can add positive behavior here, or you can just use expressions for that purpose. Example, I like it when you are listening and not talking to your friend. You see how it's done? Good. Let's move. Method 4, make the students responsible for their doings. And the formula is making the students responsible for their behavior in these ways. You can use this expression. Are you doing the right thing? What should you be doing? What will you do next time? So they may give you some comments, and that's based on their answers. You give them responsibilities in this way. 5, if everything you have tried failed, you can use names, and here you deal with unacceptable behavior. How it's done? Firstly, you can use this expression. You put the name, and then you just go with these expressions. For instance, let me give you an example. Never. If you play around, we can't do our work. Meron. If you shout, the other students will be disturbed. So you can use any expressions you want by choosing from this example. Second way is you put the name, and then this is how it's done. Never. What is the rule about copying someone else's work? Makeda. What is the rule about laughing at people's mistakes? Then when he or she gives you the answer, you confirm that, yes, that's right. That's done. Now let's go to another 3 important classroom management situations. So the following 3 situations may pose additional disciplinary problems, and you must effectively deal with them. And I'm going to give you here examples with top strategies and expressions. So let's start with the first. So here you want the class to listen. How you do that? Method 1, countdown. This is how you can do it. Ready to listen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you. Have you got it? Hope so. Method 2. Please stop and listen. This can be done in this way. Choose the first student who's looking at you and listening, and do it in this way. Thank you, Zanaba, for listening. Excellent, Zanaba. You are ready to listen and learn. Look at this group. They are ready to learn. Fantastic work. This is how you can get your class to listen to your lesson. The next is about dealing with latecomers. You need to deal with latecomers effectively. And how you do that is firstly asking these questions. Do you have something to say? Either they give you a reason, or they must apologize for being late here. So you make them responsible for the next time. Example 2, you need to apologize. You can use this expression to give them the students responsibility. So they don't need to apologize you, they need to apologize the whole class. So make sure you have done that. Example 3, what will you do next time? What will you do next time? This expression also can be used effectively. So they give you the right thing, so they may promise you not to be late next time. Shy students can be again another disciplinary problem, so you have to encourage their participation. So when they participate, give them lots of praise and encouragement. How you do that? Let's see them one by one. Example 1. Wow, excellent. It's so great to hear your voice. Well done. Example 2. You can use this expression too. I love it. I love it when I get to hear your voice. It's great when you participate. So you can use these examples or expressions to deal with shy students. Now we come to the final section, the top 4 tricks for better classroom management communication. So effective communication is essential for a well-run classroom. It's very much important. Although this sounds simple and obvious, it requires much more than teacher saying something out loud to a student, because I have crafted this word, Kving analysis. It deals with clarity, verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and ground rules. So we are going to see this one by one for better communication in your classroom if you want for better classroom management. First, clarity. You need to communicate well and respectfully. Use very clear and simple language to discipline. That means always ensure that you communicate clearly and consistently. The way you phrase your comments can have a big impact on the way students perceive them. Because if you use aggressive tone, it's going to be a challenge for you as well as for your students. So it means the more you give, the more you receive. So 3 important things you need to do here is speak properly and in as few words as you can. Always don't forget, preface your requests with thank you at the end. And again, be specific. Tell your student what you want them to do specifically, the behavior you want them to change. Now we come to the verbal language. The way you speak matters because words are sometimes good, sometimes painful. So the above expressions that we have discussed so far are meant to be said naturally. As a teacher, you need good pronunciation. So your pronunciation should be clear with the proper pace and rhythm to be understood. Don't forget intonation too. Intonation should follow the natural speech according to the emphasis of words. What I mean about emphasis is the emphasis or stress is the extra force that you give to a word or part of a word when you are pronouncing it. Third, nonverbal language. Facial expressions and the gestures makes everything. Your body language is very much important in dealing or communicating with language of disciplining. So use the same gestures every time so the students or your students get familiar with them. That means expressions are meant to be said naturally and accompanied by gestures. That's why we are emphasizing here about facial expressions and the gestures. Let me give you 2 examples. You can use thumbs up for right. You can clap your hand 3 times saying 1, 2, 3 to get their attention, or you can tap on the blackboard even. So these gestures and the facial expressions may say many things to assist you. Finally, we come to ground rules. As any teacher must have ground rules in his classroom or her classroom. So you need to establish ground rules or a class of conduct, code of conduct that are very important to your classroom so that your class runs smoothly. So you include the types of behavior which are acceptable and unacceptable in your ground rules. I'm going to come up with this lesson next time with another episode. You have to use visual aids again here when you talk about ground rules to your students. They must be communicated clearly to the students in English by using simple expression, and you must accompany with visual aids, that is posters with rules written boldly. So these are all about today's lesson. Thank you for watching with patience so far. If you are new here, this channel is created for all subject teachers to provide them with general classroom English lesson. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Just right now, go ahead and turn off the notification bell. Until I see you next Friday. Bye for now. Bye bye.